Joy after the facts. Be joyful though you have considered all the facts. Wendell Berry. There is a particular kind of joy that only exists on the far side of understanding. Not the bright, naive joy of childhood, not the denial-driven optimism that tries to outrun reality, but the deeper, quieter joy that emerges only after you've taken in the whole picture. The struggles, the uncertainties, the setbacks, the facts. Berry's line has always felt like an instruction for adulthood. Because adulthood is where we meet the world unfiltered. We know how fragile things are. We know how complicated people can be. We know how quickly life can turn. We know the weight of expectations, responsibilities, and losses that don't always heal neatly. And yet, Berry invites us to choose joy anyway, not instead of the facts, but after them. It's a radical, almost rebellious stance, a form of spiritual defiance, a humanist affirmation that the world may be difficult, but our inner life is not entirely determined by the outer one. The joy that isn't blind. True joy isn't built on ignorance. It's built on clarity. It's the joy of someone who knows how fragile life is and therefore cherishes it more. It's the joy of someone who has known disappointment and therefore recognizes the miracle of small goodness. It's the joy of someone who has faced their own limits and therefore understands what really matters. This is the joy that steadies a person, the joy that doesn't collapse in the face of bad news, the joy that grows slow, like roots. Joy is an act of strength. Choosing joy after considering all the facts is not foolishness. It is strength. Strength to hold two truths at once, that the world is imperfect and that life is still beautiful, that people fail and people rise, that grief is real and so is gratitude. Facts alone don't write the full story of a life. Our response to those facts does. When Berry speaks of joy, he's not asking us to smile through suffering. He's reminding us that joy can coexist with awareness, and that this coexistence is actually one of the most mature expressions of human resilience. Where joy begins. Joy, in this sense, is not a mood. It's a practice. It begins in small decisions, a quiet breath before reacting, a moment of appreciation for something simple, a soft word where a hard one could have been delivered, a willingness to see beauty without demanding perfection. Joy isn't a denial of reality. It is the refusal to let reality erase possibility. A question for today. Where, knowing everything you know, with all the facts you carry, with all the complexity you've lived, can you still choose joy? Not because life is easy, but because joy is still possible. And possible is enough. More reflections at wardhammond.com.